Friendship. We're on our third unit starting, and this is really important. I'm glad you joined me tonight. Okay, here we go, guys. Uh-oh, I'm on the wrong thing here. Oh, goodness. Be patient with me. Okay. Today we are starting inequalities. We're going to try these two inequalities first. These are very simple inequalities. We always have to solve to get the variable on the left. But to begin, I'm just going to subtract 9. So write number 1 down. And our first step is to use inverse operations to subtract the 9. We're left with negative 4 is less than t. When you finish, you need to always put the variable on the left. So I'm going to switch it, and the inequality is going to switch to the other side. T is greater than negative 4. Okay, draw a number line. Okay, so draw a number line, put negative 4 on, and then we are shading to the right because negative 4, everything to the right, which is greater than of negative 4. Right, write down number 2. We are going to do the inverse operation by multiplying by negative 2. The 2's cancel. Do you remember that when you multiply by a negative, it flips the inequality sign? So the final answer is going to be a is less than or equal to negative 8. Now, if you notice on the last one, it had an open circle. That's because it doesn't have the line underneath the greater than sign. This one has the line underneath it, so we're going to fill in at negative 8. There it goes. Okay, so we have a is less than or equal to negative 8, and here's our number line. Notice the 8 is filled in and it's shaded to the left, which is less than negative 8. All right, now we're going to solve inequalities with more than one operation. Write down your first problem. We're going to use inverse operations to subtract it to get it to the other side. So when you subtract 61 minus 45, you get 16. Divide by 2. Now when you divide by a positive, you do not have to flip the sign. B is greater than 8. Okay, and then we're going to graph and shade. Put 8 on your number line. On this specific example, I went by 2's. And if you notice, greater than 8 is shaded to the right. Okay, example 4. Go ahead and write it down. And we have to use inverse operations to move the 8 over. Since the 8 is positive, I have to subtract 8. Okay, then using inverse operations, divide by negative 3. And remember, when you divide by a negative, it flips the sign, and that becomes negative 7. Okay, so now draw a number line. I have negative 7 on the number line. Everything is shaded to the left because it is less than. Notice that this negative 7 is filled in. Example 5. Okay, write the problem down. Okay, we need to multiply by negative 2 to clear fractions. Negative 2 cancel. X plus 5 is going to be less than negative 3. Did you remember to flip your sign? Good job. Now we're going to subtract 5, so x is less than negative 11. Draw a number line. Show where negative 11 is. And this time we're going to shade to the left of negative 11. And notice there is an open circle showing that it does not have an equal to. Okay, example 6. Whoops. When you are solving equations, sometimes you're going to have to combine like terms or use distributive property. Now, example 6, go ahead and distribute the negative 4. It gives us negative 8, and negative times a negative is a positive 4x, less than or equal to 8. Add the 8 to the other side. 4x less than or equal to 16. Dividing by 4. Now this time I did not have to flip the sign because I was divided by a positive, and x is less than or equal to 4. And we're going to graph it. Make sure that the negative 4 is filled in. I'm shaded to the left because it is less than. All right, number 7. Go ahead and write the problem down. And the very first thing we're going to do is clear fractions. To clear fractions, I'm going to multiply by a 6 against each term. Now go ahead and divide. 3 goes into 6, 2. 2 times 2 is 4f. 2 goes into 6, 3. 3 times 1 is 3. Greater than. 3 goes into 6, 2. And 2 times 1 is 2. Go ahead and finish the problem. Dividing by 4, we're going to get a fraction this time. F is greater than negative 1/4. Okay, now we're going to graph it. And on this particular one, I put the negative 1/4 between negative 1/2 and 0. But you could have also put a 0 and a negative 1, and then put the negative 1/4 close to the 0. Again, you would shade to the right because it is greater than or equal to. Make sure you get the arrow in there. Okay, last one, example 8. Well, we can see the answer just popped up at the bottom. It should be greater than negative 4. Let's see if we can get that. Drop the 3, distribute the 2. Combining like terms, 3 and 8 adds to 11. Subtract 11 to the other side. Oh, dividing by 2. Yep, we got it. X is greater than negative 4. Go ahead and draw a number line and graph it. Shaded to the right, notice that at the negative 4, it's an open circle. That means that negative 4 is not included. Thank you for listening. Have a great night.